Sorry. I forgot I had everything turned off. Camera and sound and everything. How is everybody? Oh my god, y'all. I've literally not done a live in so long. I forgot what it's like. So I was just in there catching up on the shows that I'm going to cover. It's getting juicy. It's getting juicy. All right. I took notes because a lot of times I forget names. I don't forget the ones in 60 days because um, I'm obsessed with that show. Always have been, probably always will be. This season, though, I'm finding way more interesting. So I'm kind of digging that. But hold on one second, guys. Sorry. There we go. Just want to make sure I can see everybody's comments. So it's been a minute since I've been here. Sorry, I just got a lot going on. So just so y'all know, like the last couple of months have been rough. That's okay. I shall get through this. All right. So we're gonna start with 60 days in. So this was this is season 7. This is episode 6, and I know I haven't covered since like episode 2, maybe. It's been a minute, but really there wasn't a lot going on anyway. They were all in quarantine, and wasn't much happening in quarantine. As far as I was concerned, that was kind of the boring part of it. They should have skipped the quarantine and went straight to maybe showed a little bit of it, like what was going on in there, especially the women's pods, because wow, the banging and the yelling and all the noise, I would have been like, no, nope, can't do that. I'd been like, I'm out of here, tapping out. Oh wait, my bad, somebody did tap out. So I called it from the beginning. If you go back to my very first live I did on 60 Days In, I said 3 people will tap out. I feel like 3 people are not going to stick with it. So far I'm right. 3 people have left. Actually, I don't even remember the first girl's name. The most recent one, though, we will talk about him. Okay. I'm not a fan. I'm just going to say that. That's my opinion. I will put my little banner down here to let y'all know. These are my opinions. This is the way I feel about whatever. Actually, which one should I put? I'll put this one. Y'all already know I don't allow drama, so we'll use this one. But yeah, this particular person, I'm just gonna show you his picture. I'm bothered by him. There's just nothing about him that I found redeeming whatsoever. And on this episode, I figured out why. I mean, I had a suspicion from the very beginning, but I was like, something about this dude just bugs me. He rubs me the wrong way. This is who we're talking about. We're talking about Chase, aka Lucky Chucky. So he didn't make it out of quarantine, which there was another contestant, I think that's what they call him, I guess, or whatever, participant that didn't make it out, that she left early too. So as a matter of fact, if I recall, 2 guys and a female. I don't even remember her name, y'all. Heavyset lady. She was very sweet. I liked her a lot. I could totally understand why she left, because this girl was she had an addiction, and she was starting to ask for medications to help her sleep, and that was the start of probably a really bad thing. So I'm glad that she did go, because I don't think that it would have been a good idea for her to stick around. But this guy right here, okay, he comes in all cocky and, like, this is going to be a breeze, no big deal, blah, 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 blah. I've been in prison before. I've done stints and whatnot. I've been in jails. This is no problem. I can totally do this. Not a biggie. I was like, okay, I feel like this guy is all talk and nothing but. And I was right. Because last week we see at the very end of that episode where he's given the signal, which if y'all don't know, this signal is, I have a really bad headache, really bad migraine, headache, whatever the situation is. And they look into the camera or whatnot, or they don't even have to look at the camera. Just give that signal and let somebody know, hey, I need to talk to someone, or I'm ready to tap out, whatever. So I was like, well, maybe just maybe he's not going to tap out. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. And then I was like, nope, he's doing it. So, of course, right there, they just said they're going to get him out as soon as possible. And here he is, bebopping on out the front door, which is obviously what you would expect. I don't know. So then, after they leave, no matter how long I think that they've really been there, they give some sort of feedback to the sheriff, who, by the way, his name is Reginald Scandrett, and I really, really like this sheriff. I really like him. He is the first African-American sheriff that they've ever had at Henry County Jail, and I like him. He is very personable. He has done something with his life that most people would not. He took a tough situation and he turned it around. He made himself better because of it. So I respect that about him. I really like him. So he's sitting there and he's having a conversation with Mr. Lucky Chucky. Lord have mercy on this boy. And you know what? Calling him a boy is probably the nicest thing I can say right now, because he's just he's a dick. So he says that he wanted to leave because he started to feel mentally unstable. Like he felt like he was reverting back to his old ways and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, you're stuck in a cell they changed it. It was 23 and 1. And then I think they changed it to 21 and 3, if I recall. I'm pretty sure that's what they changed it to. So, you were having more time outside the cells, and then you were gonna make it to Gen Pop if you ever got there. But I feel like, this is my opinion, I have a right to it like everybody else. My opinion is I don't think he would have stuck it out in Gen Pop at all. I don't. I'm just saying, I don't think he would have done well, because what he tells the Sheriff Scandrett, is that he was shocked to see that they did not have 3 healthy meals a day. Does he know this is jail? This is jail. And this boy comes walking in acting like, where's the fresh fruit? And there's not even a little... Dude, when have you seen fresh fruit? I watch many prison shows, documentaries, jails, all that type of stuff. I'm obsessed with it. Still don't know why, but I am. I've never seen them get a piece of fresh fruit in my entire life. Dude, just you lucky you get food, period. Like, come on. But the sheriff is like, he's got stuff to say about this, okay? It's not a Marriott. It's not a Residence Inn. It is a jail. It is not meant to be comfortable for, many reasons. One, if you're going into a place that's like a Marriott or a Residence Inn and you lived on the streets doing all kinds of God knows what, well, of course you're going to want to go to jail, because it's way nicer than the crap you've been living in. It makes no sense. Now, do I think they need some improvements? Oh, absolutely, they need improvements. Like, I feel like this is a pretty rough jail, this one. And I've watched all the previous seasons, and this one, to me, it needs a lot. There's a lot that can be changed, and I hope that they actually enforce that after all this is said and done. I don't know. I would love to talk to this. Ooh, maybe I will try. I will try to get in touch with Sheriff Reginald Scandrett and see if we can get an interview with him, because that would be cool. He just seems like a really, really, he's stern. He's a nice person, but he's stern. See, this is where he makes his point. He said, look, you just made my point, because they're talking. He was like, he's saying, I really don't even want to go back. And the sheriff is telling him, he's like, you just made my point. He said, bingo. He literally said, bingo. Because that is the point of what we're doing. Yes, we don't want it to have, like all these issues, such as substances coming in and weapons and things like that. We don't want anything like that going on. They don't want anybody put in harm's way, I'm sure. However, if they make it so comfortable, like I said earlier, people are going to want to get there just to get there because it's a better place for them to live than being on the streets. But this guy, he's over here. He's like, I hate to say it, but I'm right. And he's thinking in his mind that because he brought to the forefront that there should be fresh fruit, better meals, better this, better that it's all going to change because he spoke up. This one doofus spoke up. Oh, hey, Jules. You're hanging out in the bushes. Why is everybody always hanging out in the bushes? Girl, did you watch this episode? I wanted to smack this dude. Sorry, I guess I'm not supposed to say that. But anyway, that's my opinion on it. And when he said, I hate to say it, but I'm right. No. He served, look at this, y'all. He served 13 years. Okay, he served 13 years in a prison. I'm trying to figure out, and I think I'm going to go back and look when I get a chance. I'd like to see where he served his 13 years because, like I previously said, I don't recall seeing very many prisoners or people in jail getting all this fresh food that he's talking about. That rarely happens. So I don't know. I'd like to see where he served. I'm just curious. Anyway, this guy is done. He's out. Number 3, gone. Now, the other 4 that are remaining, I feel pretty confident they're going to stay. However, we did have a little bit of an issue with, who was it? Well, Trinity is not who I was going to talk about next. Actually, Rose. Y'all, I like Rose. She's sassy. She tells it like it is. I really like her. On this particular episode, though, I felt like, ooh, she's about to knock this girl out. So, they're sitting down, they're playing cards, they're kind of getting to know each other and whatnot. And they seem to be, at first, getting along okay. But there's a mouthy chick here. Here, I will show y'all. She is the one right there in the middle, the one in the red. Okay? See what she said? Rose says, before I do any damage, I'm going upstairs. Because this girl was pushing her buttons. Like, don't do that. Don't be pushing buttons, okay? Not cool. Not cool at all. So, but I do like Rose. I think I might have a surprise for y'all later on. We'll have to see. But yeah, Rose is, I like her. I personally do. But she lost her shit when she went upstairs. She's up there. Okay, if you look underneath the 001, that's her. Right up on the top, right there in the middle. And she's like, but bitch, she goes, I'm the MFing one. I'm not the one. She's telling her, I'm not the one to mess with. Like, don't do this with me because I will come at you. She was not happy. And I'll be honest, if I had to sit and listen to that Brianna girl, I probably would have been the same way. I'd have been like, let's just go upstairs. Let's handle this right now. I'm kidding. I don't do that. I don't beat people up. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But she served 2.5 years. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all a kind of reminder because it's been a while since I've been on here to talk about this. I like her though. I just started following her on Instagram, and she's sassy. I like sassy. I'm all about it. And I'm a little snarky too. I could be snarky. Oh, we've heard people on the internet talking about being snarky these days. I got your snark, and I'll see you. A couple of them. I think I could raise you a few. But yeah, she's one of my favorites. I think she will most definitely stick around. She has that mentality. I think she's going to do great. I think they didn't show a lot of the girls on this particular episode, primarily because the men were such troublemakers. Actually, they weren't troublemakers. There was a few. But I got to give credit where credit's due. The men that are on this season, I'm impressed with them. I mean, really impressed. Okay. And that's saying a lot. Because usually I'm like, but it's usually, it's usually people who have not been, well, it's always in the past. The first 6 seasons these are just civilians that go in. They're not people who have been in prison or jail or anything like that. This is the first season where we see people who have been, in either or prison, jail, or both. So I find it kind of interesting. I'm trying to remember what this was. Hold on. Oh, there we go. That's I took a screenshot of that and I was like, wait a minute, what is that? I couldn't remember who that was about. So yeah, that right there tells you he's the third participant to exit. It's so funny though, because I straight up from day one, I just looked at the people and I'm like, 3 of them are going, 3 of them are going to leave. They're not going to stay. I didn't even know for sure who they were. Although I suspected this guy wasn't going to stay. I really thought the other girl would, but so we have, pardon me. All right. I have a soft spot for this particular participant. I can't help it. I like what he's doing. Now, let me tell you something. We're talking about Carlos. This man went in there with the right mindset. Like, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he knows how to do in prison, or jail, or whatever. And that is be the boss. Be that person that everybody looks up to, or maybe is a little bit scared of, because that's not always the worst thing. Is have a little bit of fear. If you instill a little bit of fear, or a lot, depends, things work out a little better for you. So it started out with commissary day. Look at this man's commissary. Holy cow. I was looking at this, I'm like, dude, bought out like half the store. Excuse me. I mean, Carlos is killing it, literally, okay? But he has a few people there that he's really close to, particularly this young man right here, and his name is Nick. Nick is 18, and I think he's really taken him under his wing, which I love that part. I love that. Now, don't get me wrong, he did call him, quote, one of his goons. So he's using him a little bit, but I mean, that's what they do. But see, he's even saying right here, I understand that, but you are the person that can change. He's telling him that you got to get out of this gang mentality, this mentality of being, in and out of jails or prisons or whatever. You're 18. Go, when you get out of here, do something with yourself. Do something better with yourself. I mean, I've got to admit, I like that these guys are being mentors and they are doing a hell of a job. This is the kid right here. This is Nick, the inmate. Okay, so he's not part of the program, but he is, he has been, Carlos has taken him under his wing and he's trying to help him do better, which, we'll see. But they usually update us, on that type of stuff. I have seen in the past where participants have remained friends with people that they met inside after the show was over with. So that's kind of cool. But it wasn't always so easy for Carlos. And he starts to tell his story about the reason he has gang mentality is because he was part of the Latin Kings. And he says, the only way you get out is either through God or through the casket. And when he said that, I was like, ooh, I got chills, y'all. I got total chills. I was like, yikes, that's true. But see, I thought about that too. Like, you usually don't get out of gangs and that type of stuff unless it's one. I wasn't even sure that, I didn't know God could even pull you through this one. So, kudos to, not that I'm doubting God. I'm a person of God. I love him. However, these gangs are rough. And as a matter of fact, it looks like, and I'm going to give you a little trigger warning. It's not terrible. I'm not showing the bad picture. I'm showing one of him all bandaged up. But he said the people that stabbed him in the back, literally, not figuratively, but literally, were his supposed friends. Okay? This is what they did to him. So what does that tell you? Now, if you're hanging out with people that are going to do this to you, you're definitely hanging out with the wrong people. So, but that just goes to show you, he's been through a lot. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to telling this kid, you know, you've got to do better. You have to get out of this because it could kill you. It could, you know, it's going to send you down the wrong road. And clearly he knows what he's talking about. But yeah, he's looking pretty rough here. There was a rougher picture that they showed on TV, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to show that one on here because YouTube is a little bit fickle about that stuff. But yeah, you see him here. Look, he's helping Nick learn how to do, I'm assuming those are pull-ups. I feel like those are pull-ups. He's trying to get him to like exercise, and you know, the other guys are saying that's not fair because, you know, he's sort of helping him out and trying to get him to, you know, find his way and strengthen his body. And I think it's perfectly fair, but whatever, you know, people in jail they just spout stuff to be spouting. So it looks like, wait a minute, y'all. I'm pretty sure. Okay, here we go. So it turns out that someone, and I don't recall if this, I think this guy was in the same dorm, in the same room with Nick. I'm not positive. But this guy that you're seeing with all the hair right there in the red, I think he's the one that had the weapons. He essentially had, so he was like cleaning, okay? He had a, I think it was a broom. He's sweeping, doing his thing, whatnot. And he figured out a way to break the broom in half and turn it into not one, but two weapons. Like shanks, wooden shanks. I was all, wow. How would you even think of that? But you know, when you're in jail and prison, you have a lot of time on your hands to think about how to do things like that. I was all, okay, well, is what it is. But he's telling him right here that jeopardizes everybody in this dorm. And he is right, because if they come in and they do a toss, doesn't matter where they find it, the whole entire dorm is going to get in trouble. And as a matter of fact, I think I see on next week's episode that they end up getting put in like a lockdown situation because of this. And it's like, dude, I mean, really? Okay, I get it. You have to protect yourself or whatever, but that wasn't protection. That was just to hurt somebody because he's an asshole. Yeah, here's right here where, and they're talking about it. He's talking about it with other inmates down here, and they're telling him he had two of them because he got rid of one. Carlos went up there, took the first one away from him, which was the largest weapon, and said, oh, no, we're not going to do this. We're not having this. You do not need this. Oh, hey, Shade. Oh, you haven't watched last night's episode? It's so good. It's good. The guys are the biggest stars on last night's episode, I will say. Yeah, I know. I got on that quick, didn't I? Like last night it was on, and today I'm covering it. Whoa. Lordy, I see folks going live left and right today. So I like that he has a relationship with people in there. They respect him. Carlos did the right thing. He went in, he's doing his job. He's finding out where all these, how all this contraband, how all the, DRUGSs, all that good stuff are coming into the jail. That's what he's there for. But, while he's at it, he got himself a nice little Costco going on in his little dorm room. Much like, somebody's, not the same Costco as Spike. Jules, if you're listening, YouTube gets in the way of TV, LOL, but I watch the replay. Yeah, YouTube gets in the way of a lot of things. I'm pretty aware of that. What's up, Carlos? Oh my God, I'm talking about you right now. Yeah, Carlos is in here. Carlos is slow in here today because the people are in other people's lives, and I can see that there's a whole bunch of people live right now. I'm like, well, go figure. That always happens, but I know people like to watch the replays and whatnot. But yeah, dude, I liked this episode. I really, really liked it. We're going to have to talk. You and I are going to have to talk. I usually have more people in here, just so you know. But I'm here on my way to gym. Just wanted to stop by. Oh, okay. Dude. Yeah, you are definitely, you're getting those muscles on. I go for it. While you're at it, work out for me. I liked, so here's where they're talking about the weapons. And here's where he's like, no, 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 no. And thank goodness there's a CO. If you look to the left, it's kind of blurry, but if you look to the left, oh, okay, cool. There's a CO standing there. So when this took place, when Carlos walked over to this guy and said, no, 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 he's got a weapon, and you can see him trying to pull it out from underneath his jumper. He's telling him, look, he's got a weapon. So thank God there was a CO standing there, because, things can get misconstrued, and they could look at that and go, well, how do we know you didn't bring the weapon in? But they can clearly see this guy had it. It was a nurse that said something. Oh, okay, cool. Seriously. Oh, that's cool. Well, either way, I was just like, damn, Carlos is the dude. I can't wait to talk to you, because I have so many questions. Because I feel like we're not getting shown like a lot of stuff that really happens in here. I bet we just get like a little tiny bit of it, little bits and pieces. But this week's episode it's finally starting to pick up. The quarantine part of it, like I said earlier, it was slow. I thought that part was slow, but I get why they had to do it. Well, yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm glad there's somebody there to witness that, because I wouldn't want you to get in trouble for that. That would suck. We don't want that. Well, and there's cameras. Cameras know what's going on too. So, all right. I know what it feels like. Yeah. Oh, I know. And you really have taken Nick in as, and I respect that. I do. Yeah. I didn't want to see the guy get hurt either. And I was wondering, because when they showed last week the episode for this week, I was like, oh my God, it looks like he's going to get hurt. Please do not let this kid get hurt. So yeah, as much as I know you're trying to like teach him the ways and whatnot, let's not have him involved with the weapons. But I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I know you know what it's like to get stabbed. I was just showing that picture a second ago. It's scary. It's freaking scary. And then we have, oh, y'all, okay. As much as I like Carlos, this guy is definitely up there on the top of my list too. I really like him. Darius. Oh my God, don't tell me, Carlos. I bet next week is going to be fabulous. Okay, if next week is so good, then maybe we should wait to do our interview after. So next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. I'll send you a DM. So what did y'all think of Darius? I'm going to put these so y'all can see that I'm not just talking to myself here. I'm answering. Oh, you like him too? I like him. He is, oh my God, he is a sweetheart. Like, I really, really like him. He's your brother. He has stolen my heart on this season for sure. Like, he's a sweetheart. Now, I think if he needs to get, like serious, he can get serious. But I feel like he's just got a heart of gold. And oh my God, bless his heart. He goes in and literally, like, what was it, the day before he was going to go into custody? His little baby was born and he wasn't there for it. I'm like, this guy, that's commitment right there. I don't know if I could do that. His baby is adorable too. Like, so cute. So cute. So yeah, he has also taken someone under his wing, which I really like. His name is Deshaun. And I didn't do last week's episode because I haven't been here for a minute. Like I said, I've had a lot going on. But they all, between Darius and a few of the other inmates, came up with the money to get him out. Because his bail was only like $150 or something really small. And so they came up with the money and said, hey, if we come up with the money, can your mom come and get you out before your birthday, blah, blah, blah. and she refused to. I don't know if she's trying to teach him a hard lesson or what their situation is there. The way he talks about his family situation, I don't think it's a very healthy situation, which is a lot of the times why these kids and whatnot end up in, prison or jail or whatever, which is frustrating. But this is Deshaun. This made me sad when I saw him say, "I'm far from strong," because he's very soft spoken. He's kind of quiet. He's kind of laid back. And Darius is trying to tell him, like, "Hey, man, you gotta like step up your game. You gotta get some strength here, man. You have got to learn how to fight for yourself a little bit. Stand up to others. Like be tougher." He's trying to toughen him up, and I like that. Right? I like this kid. I hope he gets through. Like, I noticed the two of you are really doing the mentor thing. You're taking it to heart. I love it. So I hope that these young men and hopefully women will also get mentored as well. Actually take it to heart and do something with it. Because, I don't want to see them spend their life in jails and prisons and whatnot. I mean, how frustrating. That's not a life. It's just not. They were I know what they were talking about right here. When he says he's definitely a character. I was laughing because they were talking about the fact he's never kissed a girl, so clearly he's still a virgin. Oh, seriously? Shut up. That makes me happy. That right there makes me happy to read. I love that. I'm so glad. I like the kid. He seems very sweet. But I kind of got a giggle now at when they were talking about he's never kissed a girl. And it's not funny that he hasn't kissed a girl. It was funny at how he was talking about it. Just like, this is great. This is good TV right here. But yes, so far, like, I have a couple of favorites, and I think I pretty well just told who those favorites are. So far, it's definitely Carlos and Darius. And no offense against the women. They haven't showed much of them yet. I don't know enough about them to really have like a favorite yet. They showed probably Rose the most this week, I feel like. Trinity. Let's finish with Darius. Like, what was this screenshot? Oh, the water. He definitely still has his cherry. Yeah. Unless a situation has changed tremendously since this was filmed, I would have to 100% agree with that one, Carlos. Like, yeah. He's not doing anything too hefty right now. He's not getting much. Maybe he finally got a kiss, though. I don't know if he's home and he's safe. Maybe he finally found a girl and maybe got a kiss. But they had somebody in isolation decided to flood the place by putting stuff in the toilet. Like, what in the hell is wrong with these people? What's wrong with them? Why? Why do you do this? I don't get this mentality. Like, who wants poop water in their room, in any place that they are, cohabitating, like where you live? You don't. You know what the saying, don't shit where you live, or don't shit where you eat, or whatever it's called? I don't know. But like, dude, no. Was that his way of trying to get out? Probably. But still, not the best way to go about it. That's my personal opinion on that. But yeah, it looks like it's going to go really well. I feel like for both Carlos and Darius, yeah, I don't see them going anywhere. Nope. They're tough. They're tough. They're good people. I'm gonna have a conversation with Carlos one of these days. Y'all just better wait, because we're gonna talk. Now we have Trinity, who, oh my God, y'all, my heart went out to this girl. It's high in protein. No, you did not. It's not, no. It's no. Nobody wants that kind of protein. Come on. And besides, I mean, wouldn't you rather have fresh fruit, Carlos? Come on. It's all about the fresh fruit. And now I see why you're annoyed with that guy. Excuse me. But, because so y'all don't know this, but I went live on IG the other day and Carlos popped in there. And we were talking a little bit, and I sensed immediately, because he let me know, that he doesn't necessarily care much for one of the other participants. Which, if y'all listened to me in the very beginning of this live, you will know exactly who it was. Yeah, he's a total yeah, he's an asshole. I could see how he probably gets slapped around a lot. I can't help it, y'all. I can't help it. I don't like the guy. He is definitely not on my favorites list. So last but not least, and this person broke my heart. Oh my God, she broke my heart. This is Trinity. She served 6 years probation. If I recall, she only served like a little bit of time in jail. But either way, she's been there a little bit. Wow, I don't know what happened to that screenshot, but anyway, she's talking here where she just spoken to family members and found out that she lost a cousin to brain cancer, which, oof, I can't stand cancer. If y'all know anything about me at all, I've lost the majority of my family to cancer, and the ones I have not lost have had it, including myself. So, fuck cancer. I don't care if YouTube does not like that word. That is the way I feel about it. And my heart just goes out to her. But I have to say, what I saw after this, I found very, very, I don't know, it made me feel really good, because you can tell in this picture, she's clearly like, oh, I'm so glad you love Trinity. I think she's a sweetheart. I have to find her IG. I want to follow her. She went and sat down, was very upset, and they're telling her, like, just feel your feelings. And they're saying, oh, this sucks because she's such a sweetheart. Like, she's the nicest person here. And for this to happen to her, like, look at how they all came around her and supported her and were so friendly. I'm like, see, not everybody in jail or prison is necessarily a bad person. They just got in a bad way. It happens. But look at how sweet this girl is. Oh, you got it? Oh, I'm about to get her IG, y'all. But I liked this part. This made me so happy to see. I was like, man, she needed that support. See, I mean, that may be a little bit of difference between the men and the women. Like, I think if this happened to a guy in jail and it was the same situation, yes, I feel like he would get some empathy, maybe a little bit of sympathy, but you wouldn't see them over there like hugging up on another guy and rubbing his back and whatnot, because women and men show affection very differently. Anybody who's alive on this earth knows that. That's okay. No problem. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm gonna write it down after you get it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I forgot. I don't feel like it. Carlos, did you buy the whole commissary store? I mean, did you get everything in the store? Because I feel like you bought the whole store. I'm just curious, since you're in here listening. I need to know, did you buy the whole store? Hi, baby. Oh, my kiddo's home. Yeah, I really liked this. So now my kids got to watch, because we usually watch together. And I don't care if people think that's strange. My child is 15. I almost said 14. She just had a birthday not that long ago. We watch this stuff together. And hopefully it's one of those things where she'll be like, I don't want to go there. I'd rather go to the Radisson or the Residence Inn or the Marriott. Whatever the sheriff had to say about that. He's like, this is not the Marriott. I nearly died and fell out of my chair because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wow, where do you think you're at? I mean, I get fruit because I can get out and go buy it, because I'm free. I'm not imprisoned. I'm not in jail. I'm not in any of those. So I can do as I please. But this too was fresh fruit. Like, okay. Alrighty. Carlos, really, I need to know where this boy spent his 13 years in prison, because he thinks that he was supposed to get like a whole gourmet meal. Hold on, I'm going to share. Oh, okay. While you do that, I am going to flip over to, because I'm doing this particular live, I'm covering 60 days in and inmate to roommate. Y'all, this inmate to roommate is not going well. It is not going well. Okay, so it started out with any of y'all that are watching, and if you're not, you can start watching. It's kind of interesting to see, because it's like people on the outside, civilians or whatever, take in these inmates as roommates into their own homes, and to try to keep them from going into like halfway houses or being homeless, whatever the case may be, or ending up back in prison or jail. I find the concept kind of cool, but I don't see it going very well at all. I don't think are we on episode 6 already? I just shared to all the participants except one. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Carlos. You're a sweetheart. The big old tough guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he really is. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, before it's over with, I'm going to get them all on here. Well, except for one. There's one that I wouldn't want to talk to. I'd just be like, nah, it's okay. You just stay where you're at. I'm good. That's mean, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, y'all. If I don't like a person, there's a reason I don't like a person. Like I feel it in my gut. And I knew from like pretty early on, he bugs me. What's up, Julie from Canada? What are you doing, doll face? Prison to profit. Ooh, I want to know, who is that? Who is that? Which one? Ha! Hello. Welcome, Prison to Profit. So I just finished covering 60 Days In, and now I'm going to cover Inmate to Roommate, because my mind is completely blown, okay? I was summoned by Future. You were summoned. He did tell me that he went in to let some people know. Oh, now we have Felon to Phenomenal TV. Ooh, seriously. Okay. Oh, that was Darius? Shut up. I love Darius. Darius is Prison to Profit? Okay, I need to write that so I know next time. Oh, please, you know what? For those of you who have not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the little bell so you'll know when I go live. And there's a few of you I want to hit up. Oh, Trinity here is too. Oh my gosh. Shut up. Wait a minute. Fell into Phenomenal TV. Is that Trinity? Oh my God. I am fangirling right now because I was literally just talking about y'all. And the rest of everybody that's left on there right now are all my favorites. However, the girl that left, and damn it, I can't think of her name. Please help me think. Oh my gosh, seriously, I'm so excited about this. I don't remember her name, but I really liked her, and I understand her having to leave early. Her situation was dire. She needed to leave. I felt like she needed to leave, and I don't think she wanted to. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. I love it. Lynn, that's it. Lynn. I really, really liked Lynn. I like her. Like I said, I think she's a tough person. She's a tough lady. But, oh my God, watching that and not living it, just watching it made me go, I couldn't do this. Like, I don't care how damn tough you are. And the fact that she had addiction issues and she was starting to think in her mind she needed something to help her sleep, that bothered me. I was like, oh, it's time for her to go. And I did not feel bad about her leaving either. Not at all. Okay, how many of y'all are watching this Inmate to Roommate that are on the show? Because it's interesting. And I'd like to know, how many of y'all back in the day would have participated in something similar? Getting out of prison or whatever, would you have gone from prison to a person's house like that? You are a felon too. Okay, yay. I'm getting some creep vibes. I'm sorry. I know y'all know who I'm talking about too before I even put his picture up. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about some creep vibes, and I'm not talking about just from the guys either, okay? not just the guys. From prison to power suit. Shut up. Wait, who is this? Oh my God, I'm so excited right now. Carlos called everybody in. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, wait a minute. Is this Rose? Shut up. Is this Rose? Yes. I'm so happy right now. Y'all are making my day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, don't forget to sub because I am gonna. Okay, I know that it's like still we're in the season, but I want to have all y'all up here. I got questions. I got questions. People have questions. They need answers. Mm, 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 mm. Rose, I got something to say to you. I love you. You were about to kick that girl's ass, and I was just like, I could totally see this. I could totally see this. Hey, Krista Exposed, how are you, dear? I know, right? We got the good ones in here today. Check it out. Oh, thank you for subbing, everybody. Appreciate it. I'm a little slow going. It's been about a month since I've actually done a live. My normal schedule is 2 to 3 lives a week. I try to stay pretty consistent. Have a safe surgery. Wait a minute. Chris, are you having another surgery? How did I not know this? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can see, I'm looking at your guys' comments. All right, so let's get on to Inmate to Roommate. When I said creepy, who did y'all think of? Just say a name. I'm curious. Who did y'all think of when I said creepy? Because there's a whole lot of creepiness going on that show. Oh no, Krista. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, I can tell you from I have had way too much experience with chemo. So, oh, you had your port placed. I will say this: my prayers and thoughts go out to you. Keep me updated. As a matter of fact, I have 2 different IGs. I have my personal one, and then I have one that I use for like reality TV and whatnot. That's probably my biggest one. I will when I'm done, I'll put the link down below, both IGs. If y'all want to follow me on both, you can. I don't let a lot of people follow my my little one. I would say, well, actually, it's my bigger one. I have a lot more in it, but it's a personal one, and I just allow only a few people. So I'm kind of picky about that. But I would definitely allow y'all. So yeah, hit me up. I will put them, like I said, I'll link them when I'm done. So, okay, let's talk about Creeperton number 1. Oh my gosh. I don't know where to start. Which creep shall we start with? And I hate to call him that, but there's just something about this guy right here that just, I don't understand this, y'all. Okay, he's a psychiatrist to Darkwavian, right? No. You've never seen Inmate to Roommate? Oh, you have to watch that. That's Trinity, right? Wait, no. Darius. Hey, don't do that. No, I don't need to restart right now. Don't restart my computer. My computer's going, you need to restart. No, we don't. Yes. I think you will find it interesting because I just asked a minute ago because I was kind of curious. Like, how many of y'all would have done the same thing? Leaving prison and going to a stranger's house to live. Like, how many of y'all would have done that? I'm curious. I know I'm gonna have to start getting the names straight because y'all are using different usernames. But yeah, when I saw the picture, I'm like, wait, that's Darius. Which, by the way, oh my God, I love you on this show. I love. I would have went anywhere. Okay, see, that's what I think is happening here. That's what I think is happening. But this relationship, I think, is very odd and it's off-putting to me. Because why would a man who is a psychiatrist bring in this young man that he's been mentoring, Darkwavian, is like it's one of his patients who would have checked into hell. Well, yeah, I can see where that would probably be a better option, right? But I don't know, dude. There is one couple on here that I don't know. I think you might change your mind about that one a little bit, Darius, because wow. And I'm not even talking about this guy. Okay, yeah, I can handle him. He's okay. But when he started getting pissed off with the Uncle Joe, by the way, that's Uncle Joe in the middle, and to the left is Darquavius, and to the right is Dr. Henry. Okay, Dr. Henry is a well-known hoarder. This man hoards like nobody's business. He has shit piled everywhere up in his house. Like he had to try and clear a way out for this poor boy to get into his room. He said, nah, no way. Wait a minute. What? Something wrong with the people wanting them there. Well, there is something wrong with these people, though. Krista, I don't know if you're watching the show or not, but yes, there is definitely something wrong with them. It's disturbing. Okay, Dr. Henry, you freak me out, dude. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. I don't care if you do watch. You freak me out. You give me some vibes that just don't sit well with me. Like you. Okay, so he took in Darquavian, right? And Darquavian he spent 8 years in prison. Okay, that's a long time, and he's on parole for 2 years. So when you parole out, as anybody knows, I watch enough about prison and jail that I know a little too much. That you have to have an address. You have to give your parole officer, an address where you're going. That's where you need to be. If they come and check up on you, you better be there, and you better have a damn good reason if you're not, because those POs, they don't play. From what I've seen, they don't play. You got to be where you're supposed to be when you say you're there. So anyway, this guy went and spent a night out with one of his buddies, like the first night or two when he got out, which is understandable. I get that. They go out, have a little fun, drink, do whatever. And came back, and he is living with this gentleman. And then he brings up something about visiting, I guess somebody who he was in prison with. Well, yeah, because it said he'd known him for 8 years. So it was like it's one of his best friends. I don't recall his name. I'm sorry. He said, look, if he comes, when he gets out, he's getting out soon. I'd like to, spend some time with him, just hang out, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, you can't do that. Dr. Henry goes, no, can't do that, because if you do that, I'll have to call the police. I'm like, dude, give the guy a fucking break. Seriously. Thank you, Julie. You're so cute. I love you. I love you. I love you. I don't know if they're the sweetest soul ever, but I'm all right. A little sweet, a little sassy. We'll do it. Okay, so y'all, just let me say this right now. I'm going to say this before I even finish. There's no way that this kid, Darquavian, is going to stay with Dr. Henry. It's not going to happen. Because the minute he threatened to call the police on him for visiting with a friend, and I understand the situation, but like, come on, you got to have a little bit of give and take here. You just can't say, hey, you know what, you're living with me. If this guy who is on parole also comes out and you want to hang out with him, I'm going to call the police on you. What kind of dick does that? Like, just let him hang out for a hot minute. You're not going to get in trouble. You're not aiding and abetting. I mean, especially if they're in another location and you don't know about it. Just stay out of the kid's business. Let him hang out with his friend for a hot minute and call it a day. Thank you, Krista. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. I appreciate that. I'm like, I don't get you, dude. And this psychiatrist thing, he has psychiatric issues. How many times have we seen this, y'all? Psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists. Don't get me wrong. Good ones are good. Bad ones are really bad. And I'm not saying he's a bad psychiatrist. He may be excellent at what he does. But wow, is he messed up. Like, I'm sorry, it's a psychiatric issue. It's a mental health issue if you're a hoarder. Hoarders have mental health issues. Like, dude, Normal, natural people don't have shit piled outside of their house, in their house, around their house. It's messy, y'all. Need to go back and watch the show because I'm telling you right now, it is a mess. So Uncle Joe comes over and he's trying to save the day. He's saying, the psychiatrist is saying he's at the late end of adolescence. Okay, well, he probably is because he was in prison most of his, very young adult life. So they really don't grow a lot because they're not out in the world like we are. So that part I understand. I agree with that. Here he is right here. He just came home he spent the night with his Uncle Joe because he couldn't tolerate what was said to him about, I'm going to call the law on you. Right? Krista, that's what I said. I'm like, what an asshole. So you're just going to call the law because he's hanging out with some guy? Like, really? Who does that? And I mean, I know that this isn't brought up a lot on lives and whatnot, but come on. You especially don't threaten that to a man of color. Like, are you kidding me? That's probably the scariest thing that this kid could have heard. He probably felt safer in prison. Like, who does that? Pardon me. But here is where Uncle Joe says, look, you opened up your home to him. You're his psychiatrist, yet you're making him feel the most unsafe. Not cool. Not cool at all. Oh, water, y'all. So as far as this little relationship / whatever goes, no. As a matter of fact, I think for next week's episode, we see somebody is requesting. Here is this guy. Look, he's sloppy. Look at him. I'm shocked that there's not a lot more stuff in the background right here, because usually there is. I'm really shocked that you can see the sink, but you can. So we'll give him credit for that. But please, for the love of God, Dr. Henry, wash your nappy head. Wash your hair. It makes me sick. Okay, I will stop. I'll get off my soapbox now. I can't, y'all. There's something about this guy. And don't get me wrong. I think it's a little unusual for people to want to invite ex-felon or whatever into their home. Not really. If they're wanting to help somebody, I don't really think it's unusual. I mean, I probably personally wouldn't because I have a teenage daughter and I don't know. I'm just a little scared of that. But it depends on what they did. If they're in there for something really gory, I'm probably going to be like, no. But actually, there is a female on here, though. We'll get to her in a second. Okay, so we're going to, the next one we're going to. Actually, Chrissy, you just brought it up. They're from Indiana. This particular Darquavian is, they're in Michigan, that particular little group of people. Okay, so we have Elkhart, Indiana. We have Mark and Sharna. Okay, they are the roommates. The inmate is Bill. Okay, Bill has met this woman. But oh my Lord. I'm going to show y'all. We're going to start out. Yeah, exactly, Krista. That's my thought too. It would depend on what they did. Yeah. I would be like, if you K'd somebody, they probably don't want you in my house. Otherwise, oh, you're in Indiana too? Oh no. Why does it seem like a lot of these like shows that I watch, Indiana is not one of the bigger ones. Actually, Ohio. It seems like a lot of them are from Ohio. Sorry for whoever lives there. I know there's somebody on the internet that thinks that Ohio, she owns the state. I don't know if y'all don't know that. You now know that there's just one person on YouTube who owns the state of Ohio. You're not allowed to go there. You have to ask her permission. I mean, it's really messy. Snarkasm. I love it. Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. It seems to be like this northern states for some reason. It's kind of weird. You would think it'd be more southern states. And I'm from the South, so I'm allowed to say that. I don't know. I think it's unusual. Wait a minute. Are you telling me, Krista, that you know who owns the state of Ohio? It's impressive, right? And her boyfriend, if you will, was on Love After Lockup, which I covered Love After Lockup. I'm so glad a new one comes on tonight because, yes, I will be covering it tomorrow. I love that show. Do I necessarily like everybody on it? Not necessarily. But I do love covering it. It's good right now. Okay, so we have our next lovely people who I just mentioned their names. Okay, first and foremost, why? Bill's house rules. Holy shit. Okay, I'm going to read them because I don't know if y'all are on your phone or not. No drinking or drugs, no smoking, no strip clubs or bars, no women or overnight guests, no R-rated movies, no porn, no profanity, no consorting with criminals. Oh, don't you talk to criminals. No taking the Lord's name in vain. Now, let me give y'all a little back history on this, okay? Because I think this is the first time I've ever covered this. This particular couple, okay, they're married, obviously. Okay, Mark and Sharna are married. But Sharna was the pen pal to Bill. Okay, I find this a little bit odd. They are very, very Christian, supposedly. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm Christian too. But everybody makes mistakes and everybody does things. Unicorns and rainbows for the inmate who's straight. Oh my God, that is classic. I really like that comment. Here, I have to put that out. That was hilarious. I thought the same thing. I'm like, hold on. Do they even know what the rainbow represents? Do they think that that's like... I'm laughing at my own self right now. I gotta stop. Hold on, I'm gonna stop my ticker at the bottom for a second. It's getting away of my screenshots. Just like, wait, what is this? What in the hell is this? Okay, here we go. All right. That's pretty funny. Thank you for that. Yes. So also there's no abide by rules set by PO. All right. Well, that's understandable. Be ready to help with chores. Well, if you're living there for free, then you probably should. Maintain hygiene and appearance. Do not be stinky and looking like skank. Don't be looking like Dr. Henry, okay? Because they don't like that. Refrain from gluttony. Hey, big boy, don't eat too much because they will bitch your ass out. Exercise. Get off your ass and do something, they say. No working on Sabbath. Don't work on Sunday. That also means don't help with the chores, right? Oh, thank you, Darius. Thank you. I'm so glad you came in. I will definitely, I don't know if I started following you, but I feel like I probably did. If not, I will. And I will be sending you a DM because we're all going to have a chat when this show is over. I can't wait. Have a good rest of your day, evening. I don't know where everybody's located. So be quiet during sleep hours. And if you notice, look to the right. And there are literal, and there's more stuff at the bottom because I couldn't even get all this on here. But there are like little sticky notes to the right, added stuff on their list. I'm like, oh my God. So, Darius, how I know you just left, but would you want to live there now? Who wants to live like that? Like, are you kidding me? What? I saw that and I'm like, he's a grown man. I don't think you should be able to tell a grown man what he can eat, whether or not he can talk to females, or, I mean, he had been in prison for, I don't remember how long. I don't think I wrote it down. And my memory is shit. I'll just let y'all know that right now. I feel like that was a long time. Oops, hold on just 1 second, guys. What, baby? A little, yeah. Save me some.
Yeah, just.
Okay. Teenagers. So yeah, okay, my first question. If none of y'all are thinking this, you should be. Why is a woman who is married, supposedly happily married, right, writing to an inmate in prison, a male inmate at that, a female inmate, maybe I could see it. If you're wanting to like save the world, help someone, cool. But they've had a friendship for a really long time. And this guy came out thinking that they were going to continue to have like this really good friendship. And no, she came in with these rules. But on this episode, and I was waiting for this because I knew this was going on. He was like, well, okay, let me give you a little more on the story. He has a girlfriend. He's met a girl. Don't know how. She's like, oh my gosh, how is it even possible to meet someone in prison? Where the hell have you been? Excuse me, Sharna. People meet people in prison all the time. You met him in prison, dumbass. I mean, not to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just the sassy. Sorry. But like, she met him in prison. You know what I'm saying? And I think she thought that there was going to be some funny business going on, which I find a little interesting since he's not even allowed to like look at other women, talk to other women, essentially. I mean, she did not want any of this going on. This man was obsessed with ice because apparently in prison, you don't get ice very often. So he was like using up the ice from the ice machine that he had taken from downstairs. And she was like, ooh, we're going to punish you by putting this ice machine back downstairs. No ice for you, young man. No ice. Just like, wow. It's ice. It's frozen water, for God's sake. Let the man have his ice. He's been in prison. They don't get ice, okay? I found that odd. But the fact that she was so controlling over this man who just got out of prison, big red flags. Big, big, big red flags everywhere. All over the place. She has a thing for him. I knew it from day one. I called it. I'm like, okay, this girl has been writing to him. There's at least an emotional attachment at this point, right? And her husband's just okay with her moving in an inmate, an ex-felon, into his home, which, by the way, they don't sleep in the same bedroom. That was brought out on the show, that they don't sleep in the same bedroom. Even Bill, he's like, when he's going through the house and they're showing him the rooms and whatnot, he goes, well, this is my room and this is hers. And he's like, wait, you guys don't sleep in the same bedroom? No. Okay, well, just let me show you really quickly what Mark looks like. Y'all, this guy freaks me out. I'm sorry, Mark, if you ever watch my coverage of this show. But I'm sorry. There's something about you that just makes me want to crawl into a hole and get very, very far away from you because I don't understand, A, why your wife is writing to an inmate and you're okay with it, and she brings him into your home. And then y'all's rules. What is with these rules that y'all had? I don't get it, y'all. So anyways, it turns out that Bill has met somebody online. Her name is Mary. They talk consistently, like 24/7. They're FaceTiming. They're talking all hours of the night. Guess who doesn't like that? You'll be shocked to find out who it is, right? Or not. It is most definitely this woman. This woman. He calls her out saying, yeah. For instance, like when the husband leaves to go to work, he must work nights, I'm assuming. That might be why they don't sleep in the same room together. Okay, I will give them that. People who work nights sleep during the day, and it's very possible that their sleep schedules don't coincide with, it's not conducive to them sleeping together. I don't know. However, these two are weird. What did you say? Hold on. Yeah, no, Mr. X be like, no way. I do have my own room, but we sleep in our room. My room is my office too. But when I get sick, I use my room. She's creepy. Right? Well, then he brings it to our attention, which I already suspected this, okay? That she apparently is dressing a little bit provocative. and coming down to his room, and she wants to have a little chat while her husband is gone to work. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. Actually, that's very weird. And at this point, the reason she came down to talk to him is something about he's getting ready. He got a pass. So that's what they're talking about right here. He got approved from his parole officer to go to California. He got like a travel something or another. I don't really know what it's called. I mean, I watch it, prison stuff, not that much. Anyways, he got permission to travel to California to go see his girlfriend. Their intentions are to get married. I don't know how that's going to work, because he's asking her, hey, if, once we're married, is it okay if she lives here with me when I come back? No, I've already told you, no, that's not okay. Like, damn, girl, you got a thing for him, okay? Look where she says they're on the phone pretty much all day with his girlfriend. Like, why do you have a problem with that? He's not your boyfriend. He's not your man. He's not your husband. Why do you care what this guy is doing on his time with his girlfriend? Because you got a thing for him. Let's be real. I'm sorry, but we all know. And here she's like, she's saying she's upset because he won't leave me alone about Mary. Because that's his girlfriend, soon to be wife. And he's asking you, what's the situation? If we get married, I mean, hey, they live in a Christian home, right? They will be married. Married couples are allowed to, shocker, have sex. They can do that. Even they don't have to be married to have sex, but I'm just saying, given the fact that they're so Christian and she's so particular about that kind of stuff, if they're married, what business is it of yours what he does with his wife? Okay, like, this is creepy. And he says, you're just a lady who creeps up on my door. When I saw that, was anybody else surprised? Because I was not the least bit surprised. My jaw did not hit the floor. I wasn't going, oh, wow, this is a shocker to me. No. Saw it coming a mile away. I have too much to say about this couple, y'all. I really do. I like him, though. I think he's nice. This was not surprising to me when he said, I am so thrilled to be getting the hell out of this house. Like, dude, Bill, I feel you, okay? Because I'd be running from that place back to prison. I'm sorry, y'all. I've never been in prison, so I'm being a bit of a smartass. But I am not kidding. These people give me like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes or something. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but there's clearly something wrong. There's something wrong. She does do this a lot too. He says, oh my gosh, I hate when she talks to me like I'm a little kid, which she does. Y'all notice by looking at the list of rules that he's obviously being treated like a little baby. But the being condescending and speaking down to him, no. He probably had enough of that in prison. Why would you want to get out of prison and come back to that? I wouldn't. So that is my personal opinion, and only my opinion, on that particular couple / inmate. It's never going to work. I'll guarantee you they don't see that season through. Now, we have another couple that took an inmate in. Okay, this couple, they know the young man that was an inmate through a family friend, I want to say, that passed away, if I recall. I'm trying to get my facts. Get your facts straight. Sorry, y'all. That's an inside joke. But I think that's pretty much the deal. So his name is Kyle. His wife's name is Sandra. And the inmate that they took in is Nick. Okay, so this guy is very interesting. And dude, like, Kyle, I gotta know, is it really possible for you to get the rolls or whatever those are called? I forget, like clean. Because I honestly just don't think you can ever get those clean. But all right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I like him, though. He's a nice guy. He wants to do right for, his friend. Because they know him, like I said. But the one thing he mentioned to him was this guy was talking about last week, I'm going to go buy a car. Okay, first of all, you just got out of prison. Where did you get the money to buy a car? And actually, producers asked the same question. Not only did he buy just a car, he bought a really flashy car. And apparently, I did not take a picture of that. Oops, my bad. I usually do. It looked to be like some type of I think it was a Range Rover, which is an expensive car. Anybody who knows cars knows that that's an expensive car. I was kind of wondering the same thing, where he got the money from. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to keep listening to this. He says that before he went into prison, he had invested in crypto. So he invested in cryptocurrency. And apparently when he got out, he my dog just came in here. Apparently made some money off of the crypto while he was in prison. Okay, that's plausible. I could see that. Do I think that's really where he got the money? This is Nick, by the way. Don't like the backwards hat, but whatever. I don't care. That's whatever floats your boat, dude. But that was their big thing, is don't get a car that's going to attract a cop. Now, are cops really attracted to a particular type of car? I don't really think they are. I think they're just looking at the car based on how the person drives. If you're running stop signs, red lights, shit like that, yeah, they're probably going to pull you over. But he didn't have insurance, and he is currently still trying to get his license. So I'm trying to figure out, how did you get the car to the home? That's second. But first, how did you purchase a car without a valid driver's license? Do they allow that if you just walk in and purchase it with cash? Because I'm assuming you did. If anybody wants to answer that question down below in the comments, feel free, because I don't understand that, and it could be that I'm getting misinformation, but I don't know. This is the wife. This is Sandra. Sorry, Sandra, for the bad screenshot, but it is what it is. She says, when your decision lands you in trouble, this is kind of what's going to happen. She is very much more forgiving when it comes to this couple, is much more sensitive to the inmate that's living with them, with Nick. Nick is he likes to push the limits a little bit. I can see that already, but I think he's going to do okay. That's my opinion. I think that they'll do okay. But yeah, when he said, he was talking about the car and whatnot, he said, you just got out of jail. Actually, I thought it was prison. I'm pretty sure it was. I get where he's coming from. Like, dude, don't get the most expensive car, because you got to pay for insurance. And y'all know that if you haven't had insurance for a certain period of time as a grown-up, or at least where I live, it's more expensive to get and harder to get, by the way. So we'll see. I feel like this couple with Nick, so we got Mark and Kyle and Sandra, and Nick is the inmate. I think that they're going to be fine. That's my opinion. I think they're going to do okay. They bought him a nice, new bed. He's probably like, whoa. He came in and, oh my God, I have my own bed. And, they don't have nice beds in prison. Hello, we all know that. Last but not least, we have, it's either Ariel or Ariel. I don't know. She pronounces it two different ways. I will call her Ariel because she goes by Ari. This is her. She is the inmate, obviously, since it says former inmate. She's going to live with a friend who she met through another friend. So they met through a mutual friend, which is interesting. And I'm going to give my opinion towards the end of this, because I feel like there's more to this story than what we actually know about, what we're being told. I apologize. Her name is Tiffany, and Tiffany has her own clothing line. Okay, but it's a really small business that she runs outside of her 1-bedroom apartment. Yes, you heard that correctly. She runs her very small business out of her 1-bedroom apartment, and I say good for her, because she is, she's a go-getter. So this is Ariel. By the way, before Ariel came into the picture, Tiffany's best friend, Quinn, lived with her and slept on the couch. Because, like I just stated, it's a 1 bedroom. So Quinn slept on the sofa, Ariel slept in the bedroom. Okay, so at this point, because she was not able to get a bigger apartment, Quinn is now being put out of the apartment and Ariel is moving in her place, which is kind of a shitty thing to do, but okay, whatever. Now, her first couple days she spent, getting her belongings, blah, blah, blah. Now she's going to Tiffany's apartment. And let's just say Quinn, the best friend, not a fan of Ariel. And I can totally see why. First of all, her charges were pretty severe. Now, what she's actually saying right here is she's in a situation where it seems like she's being, I want to say maybe a bitch. I don't know. Because how do you kick out your best friend for an inmate? Somebody you don't even know. Like, why would you do that? So I question that a little bit. I feel like there might be a little more to this friendship than just friendship. I'm just going to put it that way. So she was put in prison for fraud. She was stealing people's social security numbers, opening up credit card accounts, stolen identities. She was literally stealing people's identities. Like, this is big. This girl didn't go to prison for nothing. Those are big charges. Like writing a bad check. All right, not really that big a deal. But girl, you were spending money like it's nobody's business. And it was all on other people's, their social security, their identity. I mean, I cannot imagine having your identity stolen. That has to be like the worst, or well, one of the worst. So here's where she talks about how they met. She said they started out talking just like here and there, and then it became like a weekly thing. So it became pretty, they were talking often enough. And I suspect it probably was more than weekly. I don't know. I'm telling y'all, I feel like there is more to this little story here. If I'm wrong, then I will gladly recant what I just said. I think that this is a girlfriend situation. I don't think it's a friend situation. I'm just going to say that, okay? So she comes in and she's like throwing all of her shit into Tiffany's bedroom. Not only does she throw all of her clothes in the floor and whatnot, which, by the way, I would be very pissed about because she only has 1 bedroom anyway. Don't throw your crap in the floor. Like, act like you're a human. But remember I mentioned earlier that Tiffany has a little small clothing line, right? Well, it turns out that Miss Thing was sort of taking some things from Tiffany's little clothing line and just making herself at home with it. So she's already kind of overstepping the bounds of, the boundaries and whatnot, by taking her clothing. Sorry, y'all. I'm multitasking at the moment. My bad. Oops. I will be back. Okay, here we go. Pause. There we go. All right, so I don't know. I did feel really bad for her because she talks here a little bit more. She gives a little bit more into her story about how she had a twin sister. And actually, if you look there, you can tell that they're twins. So her twin sister died the day before their birthday in a car accident, which is really sad. Now, at this point, her sister's name's Gabrielle, if y'all can't see that on the screen. At this point, Ariel, however you pronounce it, has already been doing the fraud and whatnot. But after her sister passed away, it became more and more and more often, and a lot more money involved. Probably because she did not deal with the situation very well. I get that. I completely understand that. I've lost a sibling. as well as a child. So yeah, I can understand how she would go, but that's not the way she should have done it. So then she asks Ariel or Tiffany at one point, "Can I use your computer?" Okay, I've got to admit, I would have said exactly what Tiffany said. Like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that because she probably does online banking on her computer. Um, she has all of her business, clients and stuff like that, their information on there. I would have said no. I'm sorry. That's one line I probably would not have let her cross, especially when she said she needed it to contact her PO. You can't get in touch with your PO by phone? Doesn't make much sense to me. And if it's through email or whatever the situation is, you can get email on your damn phone. Now, come on. Nobody's stupid and nobody's buying this little lie that you're giving here. This gives me a bad feeling about her. I am afraid that she is going to be a repeat offender. That is my opinion only. I could be completely wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I don't see this going well. I'm sorry. I don't. She admitted there what she did. And and look at her face. She's even saying, and that's probably why you're hesitant on me, using your computer, blah, blah, blah. Of course she's hesitant. Like, you just admitted to all these horrible things that you did to people using their information on the computer, and now you want to get on her laptop. Nope, I would have said no right then and there. And the look on her face gives me a bad feeling. And that is all I have to say about this show. If y'all are not watching it, start. It is strange. And you've got like what, 6 episodes? 7 episodes? Wait, what season are we on? I know we're on season 7 of 60 Days. We're episode 6. So there's 6 episodes because I think it started the exact same day as 60 Days In, which, by the way, is still my favorite. I was so excited to see the 60 Day In people come in here. I got excited. So the next live, I promise I will plan earlier. I will let everybody know ahead of time. This was sort of a last minute thing I planned last night because I finally am getting like a little bit of energy back, which I don't even want to go into my problems. Let's just say they have been like a lot to deal with. And everybody knows the whole month of August, I hibernate, and everybody knows why. If you don't, you're more than welcome to ask me. Actually, if you look at my last post on my community tab, I did post about my daughter. Yesterday was 21 years since she was diagnosed with leukemia, and she didn't make it. So yeah, so those are hard days, but I love coming on here and talking to you lovely folks. And I have to say, you guys coming in from the 60 days made my day. So thank you. I appreciate it. And by the way, all of you are welcome. And I'm going to be the bigger person here and say, even old Lucky Chucky, I will allow him up here. You know what? I will let all of y'all come on panel. And if y'all want to have like a little chat, that would make like my whole year. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I would fangirl, but it would be so fun. Y'all are more than welcome anytime. Let me know. I am already following, I think, the majority of y'all from my primary Instagram, which is my personal one. I will also follow from it's a 90 day because that's where I originally started doing was 90 Day Fiance. But I sort of branched out to a lot of different reality stuff. So that is where we will end today's live. But I will be doing much more of these. So I appreciate y'all welcoming me back. Sorry I'm late. I just got home. Oh, well, hello, SM. SM, you missed it. Almost the whole entire cast of 60 Days In came into my live. It was so cute. We had Darius in here. Carlos was in here giving me a lot of deets. So go back and I'm pretty sure that when I share my live, it shares my chat But just in case, don't go out of it. Try to go back as far as you can with chat. Because we had, so Prison to Profit, that's Darius. We had Rose in here. Which one was hers? Hers was, let me find it. DeReal Carlos is Carlos. I think From Prison Suit to Power Suit. That is Rose. From Prison Suit to Power Suit. That's her. I feel like there was, Felon to Phenomenal TV. That was Trinity. So I had like all my favorites in here. Don't tell anybody they're my favorites. Oh, wait, I just told y'all. It's okay, though. I had them all in here, and I'm like, fangirl a little bit. I did. And hopefully they're going to come up on my stream one day soon. I know, right? That's what I said. And I can tell that everybody else must be live right now. This is so strange. I haven't done a live in a month, and I'm like, where is everybody? I get it, though. I'm cool with that. But yeah, be sure to listen to the part what I said about a while. Anyways, that is going to be the end of today's live. Thank you for everybody that came in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the new people who just subbed, because I did notice I was getting a lot of extra subs. So thank you very much. Don't forget to like. It's super easy. Just a little thumbs up. Helps out my channel. And I promise I will be back much quicker than a month. So, like I said, stuff going on, but it's getting better. So we will get there. SM, thank you for coming in at the end. Don't forget to check out the rest, though. It's pretty fun. And I will see y'all probably either tomorrow or Sunday, because I am going to cover the new Love After Lockup. It comes on tonight. Yay! I got something to watch. Actually, I have a lot of things to watch. New Survivor is on. I'm obsessed with Survivor. If y'all want me to cover it, please let me know in the comment section. I would be happy to cover it. I love that show. I am watching Big Brother. It's almost over. No need to really start covering that. Besides, it's kind of meh this season. It's not that great. But Survivor looks like it might be a good one. So if y'all want me to cover it, I will be happy to do it. Let me know. I'm going to include some stuff down in the comment section or down in the description box, like I had said earlier. My IGs. If y'all want to support, and I don't ask for money, that's not my thing. If anybody wants to support, I will include my Cash App as well. Just because doing this isn't free, but hey, whatever. I enjoy it. Okay, I am going to call it a day. I have things to do. I have a teenager in there that probably needs my attention too, just for a minute. But thank you for all of you coming in and your support, and I will see y'all there either tomorrow or Sunday. I don't know which day for sure. Anyway, I don't have an outro yet. I'll get one done. But thank you all, and have a fabulous weekend. I will see y'all again soon. Bye, everybody. Peace out.